Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that you are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them I confess myself. Say Proctor broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot. It is the same, is it not? If I report it or you sign it, oh, it's not the same. What others say and what I sign is to not the same. Why? Do you mean to deny this confession when you are free? I mean to deny nothing. Then explain to me, Mr. Proctor, why you are not let... Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life! Because I lie and sign myself to lies! Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang! How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul, leave me my name! Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. What say you? I will not deal in lies, mister. You will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the rope. What way do you go, mister?
That's from the Crucible.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Proctor! Dang, I read that. Ooh, that was like 10 years ago, I think, that I read that. That's a long time ago.
The great Daniel Day-Lewis does that role. Proctor.
Yeah.
Nails it.
Abigail, she was one of the crazy girls in it. Wasn't her name Abigail?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's Winona Ryder in the movie.
Oh. Tituba, she was just as bad.
Tituba. When did that movie come out?
96.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm proud to say Ella will be making her theatrical debut as one of the little
Joanna told me that.
girls.
Joanna told me that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of dark.
Yeah, it's her first role, and she's gonna be like one of the girls that like is in a catatonic state.
Yeah, like
they're like, wake up, Betty! Stop fooling around. I want my mama. Your mama's been dead. She's dead, Betty. She's
oh my gosh! I love it.
Oh my.
How's she been doing at rehearsals?
She's been good. I was like, just get into it. Just, I want my mama.
I really do. I don't like this.
I don't like this. Get me out of here. Uncle. That's what I used to say whenever you guys would beat me up as a kid.
Oh, gosh.
You're hurting
Give
me.
me a break.
Anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 136, where we don't beat each other even though we're siblings, okay? We just don't do it, all right? We're a misogynistic free, patriarchy free, and abuse free podcast. Brian's like,
mostly.
Anyways, if you've never seen us before, we've got Brian in this corner.
How do you know you are a witch?
Well, what's the answer? Do you? Well, Katie, do you have the answer? We've got KT in this corner.
She looks like one.
And I'm Ileana, your host, and we're siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome! Y'all, we're at the very end of ranking Avatar: The Last Airbender, okay, the animated series. We're at the very end, so you gotta stick to the end to see how we rate these, because there are some wishy-washy ones, all right? Brian's a little bit on what he wants to choose. Katie
conflicted.
Yeah, I think Katie and I are pretty set, I think. Right?
Well,
are you?
I'm... If you asked me again next week, I think my list would look different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now would that be the same?
Interchangeable. It's so
like
interchangeable.
I was saying before we started recording that, you know, season 3, I haven't watched as much as I've watched season 2 and season 1, which I've seen dozens and dozens of times. But season 3, there are some episodes that I haven't seen as much, and then it's tricky because there's a lot of part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's kind of a minefield.
And I would say, I guess maybe this is the trickier one because there are so many good episodes, but there are also some ones that are kind of filler, but also plot driven, but filler. It's kind of, side by side. Like, I don't know what to do with these. So just stick around, okay? You're going to want to be there to see the finale of the finale. We're going to get through this together. We're going to get through it together. And I don't think there's going to be any wars or beating each other up like there were. Not in this one, as much as there were in the other two. I think we were very passionate about book 1 and book 2. And then book 3, hopefully, we'll keep our hands to ourselves. So
I think, is it fair to say that book 2 we were the most controversial about?
Yes,
but I think because it had the best wealth of episodes.
I'm like, Brian, I have Cave of Two Lovers at number 18, and that was like in your top 10. So I mean, where
you would never be like, oh, Cave of Two Lovers.
No,
sucky episode.
Not at all. I do enjoy that episode. That was the tricky thing about that season or that book, was that they're all so good, but some are just better. And that was the hard part.
Maybe just some hit different. That's kind of what it is.
And the other thing is that whenever you watch these episodes, okay, book 3 came out in 2008, okay? So that's a heck of a long time ago, all right? And then you watch it now as a fully formed adult who has all these other life experiences since all that time. It changes your perspective on all of these episodes, okay? So you've got a show from literally 20 years ago that started in 2004 to now, all right, that you've had all this time to grow up. And for Katie and I, Appa's Lost Days is still so impactful. And Brian's like, man, Appa's Lost Days, like, whatever.
How about my lost half hour?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Give me back my 21 minutes. So I don't think this one will be nearly as controversial as the other ones. Like I said, this one came out in 2008. It wasn't one that was shown as much on TV as the other two that we really grew up with. So, just stick around. Just stick around for it. Also, what you should be sticking around for is the entire podcast, okay? If you're not subscribed, that means you're not part of the sibling ship, okay? We can't have, fisticuffs with you. So if you want fisticuffs and you want to battle us out, then hit the subscribe button, all right? I saw somebody in our comments they said they were yelling and screaming at us, and I thought that was really funny. Filthy Hobbit Feet. Hopefully you're subscribed, Filthy Hobbit Feet, or else you can't argue with us because you're not a sibling yet. But anyways, they said, my list is different, but the episodes are pretty much grouped together the same, just in different order. Most of it anyways. I was screaming along with some of these, agree to disagree, but still call them out. So I thought that was fun. Another person commented, Biz Utopia. Because that's what we kept doing the whole time. So that was fun.
Maybe this episode will have a little less of that, but no guarantees.
No guarantees.
Someone's at our front.
Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the news, okay? So we can get to the chunk finally. SpongeBob. All right, the Super Bowl is this Sunday, y'all. This Sunday! Sunday. And SpongeBob is going to be performing Sweet Victory before the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon. How do we feel about that?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, but I mean, it's not like adults are going to be watching Nickelodeon. No,
exactly. And that's why I'm like, well, okay. Cool that they're gonna do that, but didn't they already allude to it 2 Super Bowls ago and then just completely ignore it?
Yeah, it was the Maroon 5 Super Bowl. Maroon 5 was and opening up for us is SpongeBob.
Oh, at the Bubble Bowl. Do you remember that? Right. And then they just showed a little glimpse of it, and then it went away.
They were just playing the horns.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't even the whole thing.
And this one,
you guys And then Maroon 5 was never heard of again.
No.
The memes that came from the Maroon 5 Super Bowl was gold.
Woody.
Yeah.
No, my favorite was Morty.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah, Morty. He's just holding up his shirt like with the straightest face, like.
Oh, yeah. So, I think this is kind of like, why even bother? All right, you tried it once before, and you failed. And now you're going to try it again, but you're still not going all the way and putting it on prime time. This is at Nickelodeon.
If you're going to do it, go all the way. Go full sponge.
Go full sponge. If you're going to go all the way, man, go full sponge. All right? That is the quote of the year.
Once you go full sponge, you never go back.
You can't re-soak, okay? You cannot re-soak.
I mean, I want it right after Chris Stapleton sings that beautiful national anthem, and everybody's got tears in their eyes, and everybody's like, yeah, America. I want it to just be like, I wanted them to take it to the next level, and I want them to go out there, smoke, and then this beam of light just shines.
I want to be those two guys that they show in the stands. They were shirtless and they're like hugging each other that are covered in paint. I want to be those two guys, all right, at the Super Bowl. Now, here's another thing that I think is funny about the Super Bowl. Do you remember last year's? They would not let you forget that Rihanna was headlining the Super Bowl. This year, I had to ask Hunter, who's doing the Super Bowl? And he was like, oh, yeah, it's Usher doing the halftime show. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I like Usher. What?
And people were saying that Rihanna's halftime show was like one of the greatest of all time. I'm like, are you serious?
It was good.
Just because she was pregnant?
I mean, she did a good...
Pregnate?
Yeah. Peganate. She was good. I mean, I enjoyed it, but
there wasn't anything wrong, but there wasn't anything special with it either.
What was the one before with like 50 Cent and I think it was 50 Cent.
Somebody's at my door again.
That was Eminem, Mary J.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg
it was
was
G
there.
Unit.
Oh, I thought that was so horrible. I was like, this is...
No, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but like for the people who are 35 and over, y'all probably loved it. But for everybody else, I was snoring, okay?
Oh,
so,
hey, what does that mean? Best ones ever.
So Usher, all right.
I don't know about that. But.
My boy that I listened to,
All right. Can you imagine little preteen Ileana not even like 10
I remember
with the glasses and the hair?
No. I remember being like 6 years old and getting down. Yeah. Yeah, no. That was me at like 6 years old.
Wow.
Less barking, more oohs. So, we'll see how this halftime show goes. We'll see how Taylor Swift does playing for the Chiefs.
But you know Lil Jon gonna be there.
Yes.
Luda gonna be there.
Yes.
Do you think TLC is there?
No, they don't have left eye.
Well,
they only got right eye.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Yo, snuff this fool, bruh.
I know.
Snuff.
Oh, you too, man. Dang.
Anyways, I just think the one who's being real snubbed here is poor SpongeBob being like, he's only gonna stay on the Nickelodeon channel. We're not gonna put him on prime time where he belongs.
No, you know who was snubbed? We're gonna talk about the Grammys later, but snubbed was Travis Kelce, who was not thanked in the Taylor Swift's acceptance speech.
Boo.
Which I don't care, but
yeah,
I just thought
it's not like
I could
he
point
did
it out.
anything when she made that music. He wasn't there yet.
What is their couple name? Kelft Swelsey.
That's something Brian would come
Swiftie.
up. Mega doo doo.
I don't know. I just thought about it. But speaking of, let's go ahead and jump down because you just mentioned the Grammys. So the Grammys were this past Sunday. Okay, a few notable things. Miley Cyrus won Album of the Year. Did I say album?
You said Alvin. Alvin!
Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah, Alvin and the Chipmunks won Album of the Year. Good on them. No, good on Miley. That was really fun to watch. John Williams wins his 26th Grammy for Indiana Jones. All right, so that's cool. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs perform Fast Car together, and the Beatles won the best vocals for their 1964 song Hard Day's Night, and for their video I'm Only Sleeping. That's kind of random. Random that happened.
I think it was like remastered or something. I don't understand it, but yeah, I hate the Grammys also.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know. There's a lot of other singers and songwriters.
Like, oh yeah, the Grammys. Let's watch the Grammys. I was like, look, kids, the Grammys are this musical awards where they literally have like 100 awards.
Yeah,
they have 100 awards. They give out awards for best polka, for best bluegrass. Now I would love to see those performances. Yeah, I would love to see those performances. But do we get to see those? No. We get to see the same stuff.
Do you want to
Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo,
dude,
Dua
anything
Lipa.
To make it different. Who watches the Grammys? The Grammys have been the most unseen award show more than anything. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody has watched the Grammys since like 2000.
You're not going to watch the Grammys. You're going to watch the highlights of the Grammys that pop up on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, okay? You're not watching the Grammys.
The last Grammys I saw was when Lady Gaga was ushered in when she was encased in an egg, and she had like 4 of her peoples carrying her in. That was the last time I saw. That was peak Grammys right there, because that was like some
that before
weird
or after
stuff.
the meat suit?
I think that was after. It was meat suit. Then we're gonna go to the egg. After that, that was it.
The one that I remember, I think it was the Grammys. It was the 2015 Grammys when Miley Cyrus had her little Rolo haircut, her little milk duds on her head, and Robin Thicke was there singing, and then they started twerking on each other.
That was the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, just kidding. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the last thing. See, I don't even know which one is which. So, like, there's nothing to differentiate why I care.
Nothing cool happens at the Grammys.
Nada.
It's a corporate event.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's not
It
cool.
did give me an idea for an upcoming show, though. For a chunk, best Lady Gaga outfits.
Yeah,
let's
make her new outfits, okay? We're gonna be the creator.
Fashion designer?
Yes, we're going to fashion design mode. I know we talk about nerdy things, but we're gonna get into the fashion world and we're gonna make Lady Gaga
I got it.
Clothes.
The craziest thing Lady Gaga ever wore. She went to JCPenney and bought a pantsuit.
Oh my! Is that Hillary? Is that you, Hillary? Sign my shoes.
Oh man!
So
I do love the memes of Miley's hair, though.
Yeah, no, her eyes. So that's
all of it.
That's the trend with the blue-eyed people, that they just look a little bit scary. And so all of the trends of her being like staring around at the camera was cracking me up. Yeah. But anyways, so that happened. Once again, you don't watch the Grammys, you watch the highlights. Okay, so there's that. Speaking of music. Here are some, speaking of music, Toby Keith, the legendary Toby Keith, has passed away, which is really sad. I just saw yesterday how old was he?
He wasn't very old at all.
No, he was like, I forgot.
63?
63? Why did I think 57? No, that's not right.
He was... 62.
62. Brian was close. So, yeah, that's really sad. He had
stomach cancer.
Yeah. He had 3 kids and some real bangers of some songs. All right.
He kept America together in the darkest hours.
Yeah, he came out with
True.
Red
Okay.
Solo Cup, and we're
Wow.
like, you know what? I think it's
that's
okay.
not what I meant.
He's okay to be.
That's-
It's okay to be an American. All right.
Not what I meant.
We
It's
do
okay to be
hold
an
our.
alcoholic.
Yeah,
It's
we
all right.
do hold our Red Solo cups with a Budweiser in hand,
As I once was.
and we put it up
'Cause
high.
we put a boot in your ass. It's the
There you go.
American
See,
way.
that's what I'm
And
talking
we're
about.
proud to be an American, thanks to Toby Keith. He made it cool again. He made it cool to be one.
Well,
I love
Oh.
this bar.
good job. Good on you, Toby.
Good on you, Toby. Another sad passing away is Carl Weathers. Now, this was a couple days ago,
one was a
or maybe
bummer,
last
bro.
week or something. But yeah, Carl Weathers has sadly passed away as well. I think he was a bit older. He was
Yeah, I think
in
he was
his
in his
70s.
He was 76.
76?
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
He was still active. He was still doing
Right.
tons of stuff.
The last thing I had seen him in was The Mandalorian.
In fact, he was doing stuff for the Super Bowl. This upcoming
Oh,
Super Bowl, he
that's
was
so
working
sad.
with Gronkowski for the Kick 2.
Oh.
He's featured in that. So I mean,
What
it's just
did-
like,
what was his-
dude, what a loss.
What was his reason for passing away?
I didn't
I
find
actually-
anything conclusive.
Yeah, I feel like there was nothing.
it.
Let's see.
It's just-
Maybe
I-
after some time has passed, there's something now.
And it's one of those things that, and I hate to say it, it's like older African American men. They have these diseases that just
Yes,
take
they
them
do.
away like that, and it's such an unfortunate shame. And any African American guy over the age of 50, go to the doctor, get yourself
Yes.
checked out, try to live healthy, bro, because we need you fellas.
It really
Okay,
is
'cause you
so
guys are
sad.
treasures.
That is truly a true statement, completely.
I didn't know that he played football.
I did not know that either. I didn't know he was a Raiders.
Yeah, I always knew him
before
from
he did Rocky.
Yeah, I always knew him from Rocky. So I had no idea.
You know, there's still nothing saying how he died on the internet from what I'm looking
Yeah,
at.
I mean, I hope it's nothing. I hope it wasn't anything drug related. I mean,
I
obviously
would
it's sad
doubt.
that
I
he's
would
gone.
seriously doubt that.
It just says his family issued a statement saying he died peacefully in his sleep without revealing the cause of death.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, it could be one of those things where it was like Andre Brower. Andre Brower, you just thought, oh, it's this healthy African American man. Next thing
Yeah.
you know, gone, and he just had this disease that just. took
Well, a
him
lot
away
of
like
them
that.
disclosed that they had like some sort of cancer, whether that's a colon cancer, prostate cancer, whatever. Usually it's cancer related, unfortunately, that they pass.
Yeah.
So that one's just really sad. It was very unexpected, and it seems
Did
like
you
he
guys
was
ever see
loved.
Predator? The first
Yeah.
Predator with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that movie's great.
And he's in that. He's so good in that movie.
I have only seen. I don't think I've ever actually sat through the entire movie all the way through. I've always just come in bits and pieces.
But I mean, one of the things I always remember, even before all the memes started coming up about that, one of the things I always remembered, and I thought it was like, I'll never be as strong as these guys. When Schwarzenegger and Weathers do the high five and they grasp each other's hands.
Yes, and they had
their
the muscles.
Their muscles are just pulsating. I was like, dude, that is the manliest thing I've ever seen, dude.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It became the
And,
coolest
oh, what a
meme
bummer.
template to see both of those guys just like, like veins like popping out. It's a still image, but you can see them throbbing,
God dang!
So, two really sad deaths in the famous world. So, beloved people. But we're going to go ahead and move on to some more news. Real quick, Moana just dropped a teaser trailer out of nowhere. So,
Gross.
Moana 2. And this is animated. This is not a live action, okay?
Thank the Lord. At least we have that.
Yes.
And a shocker. Now we know what Disney's been up to. It's coming out this year.
Yeah, I guess they've been working on that one. Now, I don't think there's any other news on it other than this trailer dropped like literally an hour or two ago. So
barely a trailer. It's barely even
It's just a teaser.
But I am so glad that they used the sweet music that they used in the very first one, where Moana's playing with the water. That's the one. That's the one, girl. I was like, oh.
Wait.
When you sent it
But
to
you
us,
know
I
what?
said, I hope they use that music. And then, sure enough.
Wait.
Yeah,
But even
exactly.
the title, I feel like
Moana
the
2.
title
2.
is so bad. Moana 2.
Wait.
What? That's it?
Wait. What if like it has like a colon and then a
Return
subtitle?
of Tamatoa.
I was gonna say like Ariel, like the Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea.
Oh my gosh.
Moana 2, Return to the Sea.
Dude, it's just so bad. It's
Tamatoa
like,
returns.
it's such a lame sequel, like just token sequel, like Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
Like anything 2. You know, like
That's very
Star
2.
Wars
That's
2.
that's
you know?
very 2000s of them to do.
Toy Story 2.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah.
Like if you made Elf 2, you know,
Brother Bear
Meet
2.
the Parents 2, you know, it's
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. What if Korra had been Avatar 2? That's
Well,
so
I mean,
bad.
that's not really saying much. Ugh.
and plus it's also the numeral 2, not like 2 eyes. All right, I don't know. It's just the number 2. It's just like, what?
Tool.
Seriously, that's the best you could do. Just put a dose, Moana dose. You know.
Beverly Hills Ninja 2.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2.
There is one.
There
in
is
there.
one. No, Ratatouille 2.
Oh Lord.
Ratatouille, which we didn't see happen.
Could you
But
imagine if that was the title of Ratatouille 2? Ratatouille 2. Gosh.
so bad.
Ratatouille. How do you even differentiate visually on that?
I would be Ratatouille, the second helping.
Oh, I like that.
I don't
Second
know, it's
breakfast.
still garbage. Yeah.
Speaking, guys, this has nothing to do with this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I was reading last night. I was reading The Hobbit. Straight up, the dwarves' ponies were devoured by the goblins. You know where the Goblin King lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ponies were freaking eaten by the goblins.
Oh my.
I didn't know that that's what happened to their precious ponies.
Poor
the
Bill.
Not the
There was even
ponies.
like a prize pony given to Gandalf from Elrond, and they freaking ate them.
All right. Well, so we just talked about Moana. All right, another Disney classic is Peter Pan. Okay, it's weird to say Moana is a classic, but she's gotten that
She
level.
is,
Yeah. But Peter Pan is the next franchise to get an unwanted facelift with Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Okay, we had Winnie the Pooh, we had Steamboat Willie, and now Peter. What is gonna happen to Peter? Why is it like a
wait.
Nightmare on Elm Street
Wait.
type thing?
I know that my brother-in-law Wesley is secretly waiting for Goofy, the serial killer story.
Oh my gosh.
to come out.
Gosh.
That's that kid will go
Murder.
be first in line to see that because that kid loved that stuff, man. I just want to put it up
Goofy,
there.
Do it again.
Goofy, shut the heck up, man.
I did.
We all know you did it. We all know you freaking did it. You killed
Do it
27
again.
children.
Murder.
Oh my gosh.
Much.
So the day that happens, when Goofy is now the one, Wesley will be front and center watching
my
that
God.
one. But so now it's Peter Pan's turn, okay? Now I wonder who's going to follow Peter. Who's going to be after Peter?
There is a storyline to it. Wendy, Peter Pan is not all that he seems to be. He actually
Oh, of course
steals
not.
John and Michael. He steals them, and Wendy has to try to get them back from the evil Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
So wait, is
any
this
more than that.
is this the Michael Jackson biopic or something?
Okay. All right. It was never proven that happened.
my god.
No, but he lived at Neverland. Michael Jackson lived at Neverland, though.
Yeah, that's why you brought that up.
You're just ignorant. Blanket Kim Bag.
So it's a fantasy horror film from the team at Jagged Edge Productions. All right, the same horror group parody films such as Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So this is the same group, and they were like, oh yeah, get ready for Peter Pan Neverland. Ice-T is in it. That's just something you should know. Ice-T is in it. Maybe that makes sense because he is in Law and Order SVU, and if these children are being stolen, then you need a special crime unit, special victims unit to be there assessing the problem. So, who better than Ice-T? Maybe we'll get Mariska as well. You know.
Hey, you leave Mariska out of this.
She is part of the SVU team, and this is an SVU situation, okay?
You leave
Peter
her out
is
of
stealing these children, and we gotta get them back. All right? Who better than Mariska and Ice-T? Just saying.
So, really quick, I gotta calm down. I just shared a picture on Facebook. I didn't mean to share it. I meant to send it to someone. I posted it.
Uh-oh.
It's the perfect Gundam doesn't exist. It's
okay. Nigel Thornberry. All right.
It's Nigel Thornberry as a Gundam.
Oh my gosh, I see it now. Yeah. Right.
That's so
Assemble.
That's so stupid. All right, so moving on with the news. Okay, so we did SpongeBob. All right, it's almost here. It's almost here. The Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix show. We're getting closer and closer. All right, it's already February 7th. We just gotta get to the 24th. Okay. The Avatar show, unfortunately, is already under scrutiny from some, not me, some, okay? With rumors like Sokka's sexism possibly being taken out, as well as Sozin's comment.
That's coming from the filmmakers, the creators,
Yes.
the producers.
Right, but
People are mad.
Well, it's not okay. So they said it's toned down. I think that's exactly the wording that they used. Sokka's sexism was toned down. I don't think that means completely that it's taken out.
I think they're replacing it with racism.
Oh,
That's what I read.
Maybe not racism, but maybe like a prejudice against.
Probably. That's probably a better word.
Yeah, I don't
now,
think he would be racist.
Here's
about.
my thing. Here's my thing. These people jumping to conclusions, shut the heck up. You
Yeah.
haven't even seen the show. Shut up. I can't stand any of you. Shut up.
Be quiet.
Shut up.
But also taking out Sozin's comment. What?
The reason for that, which I don't fully agree with it, but it's because they are worried about time crunches and the actors growing up.
This portion.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're planning to do.
What does that mean? I'm confused.
No, so it means that in the cartoon, the animated series,
They were under a time
the
constraint.
events of the story take place in 1 year.
Right.
And with these kids going through puberty and aging very fast, they can't film 3 seasons of a show in 1 year.
Okay.
It's just impossible to do that.
So
they're
maybe
making
put it
like,
down the line a little bit and say, okay, Sozin's comet will be
It's-
here in 2-3 years.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that doesn't mean they're taking out the comet threat completely.
No, the comet is still there.
Right. Okay. So
That's what I'm saying to all you friends. Be quiet.
siblings,
Just-
if you're subscribed.
Yes. Oh, if you're a sibling, shut up.
Oh,
Shut up.
dang,
That's how we talk around here.
I forgot
Shut
we're
up.
fighting each other when we have
Shut
siblings.
up.
Get out of
I
here!
will pop you in your mouth. Your dirty.
Wait.
Mouth.
I want to talk about the sexism thing though,
Okay.
because
Oh, go for it.
it did irk me, and
Yeah.
it's like, but he's gonna learn his lesson.
It's a character
Yes.
arc.
And that's what actually
Why-
some of my friends were talking about. We were texting about that very
Why-
same thing, and we were saying,
Why would you remove it if he learns right away? Oh, you know what? I'm not as smart as I think. Oh, you know what? Women are just as capable as men are. Oh, this girl that I have a crush on, she's super tough. and she's super capable.
And that's
she's
actually really
also
good.
And a better leader than
That's really
than
good
he is.
for little boys
Yeah.
who grew up with guys on YouTube like Andrew freaking Tate, okay? Seeing that, oh, I can have as many girls as I want and women don't matter and it's only men who rule the world. Like, no, Sokka going through this like crazy character change and his transformation. That would be wonderful for boys and girls alike to see something like that, to say, hey, they can learn. They can be taught that, you know, whatever you have been taught is incorrect and you can learn from your mistakes.
But then to do that, for that lesson to be learned, he has to start off in a bad place where he's like, women are only good at sewing and cleaning and blah, 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 blah. They can't be warriors. He has to start off from there with that mindset, and then quickly he gets his comeuppance, and he looks like, oh, I'm an idiot, I'm a fool, now I realize something. So he has to start from there. Well, else he's gonna be like, you know, girls are okay at fighting, you know, let's take away some of it back. I mean, I'm not a complete pig. I mean, they're okay, they're not as good as me, you know.
Right, so I hope they,
is, you know?
if they decide to take out his sexism, okay, exchange it for prejudice against the different bending styles or the different people. It's not the same, silly. But it is still a character flaw. So hopefully we can still see some growth and character, you know, change, development, whatever from Sokka. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see until the show comes out and stop jumping to conclusions, you know? Is
that my cue? Sorry. Shut up!
There we go.
Shut
there
up.
She is. She's speaking. All right, and I think that's actually it for the news. Last week, we spent like an hour on the news. So now we can finally jump into the chunk zone.
So chunky.
All right, this is our final... Why'd you say it like that? This is our final and conclusion to ranking the Avatar: The Last Airbender show. So we're just gonna jump into it. There are 21.
But don't worry, there's more Avatar stuff until.
Right. We're not done. Avatar is gonna be at the forefront of our minds until the show comes out, and then now the show will be at our forefront
until
of our minds.
we die.
Yes. So 21 episodes. We're gonna see where we ranked from least to best, or least to best.
I bet I'm gonna say it out there. The number 20, we're all gonna have the same one.
Wait. It's 21.
Oh, is it 21?
There's 21.
There are 21 episodes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
I gotta update the list. Okay,
boy.
21. I guarantee we'll all have the same one.
Okay, so then
I don't know about that.
let's go ahead and 3, 2, 1. The painted
the
lady.
firebender. What?
The old masters.
Oh. No.
Uh-oh. Katie, Brian, y'all were wrong. It's the painted lady.
What?
I like the painted lady.
I do not like that episode at all.
Why?
I do not. I'm sorry.
Aang is so destructive in it, and he smiles. He loves what he's doing to that factory.
Did not like that episode. I found it so boring. And the boatman or whatever, and he also sells stuff. That's so obnoxious. I'm sorry. It was.
I think it's silly.
It's probably.
No, shoo. Get it right.
Oh my gosh. It's probably my least favorite episode of the entire series, if I had to be completely honest.
What?
I'd rather watch Avatar Day. Yeah.
Gosh.
I do not like the painted lady at all. So
Golly.
now what did you guys put then?
I put the firebending masters.
Oh,
Actually, I
I
had that next at.
It's very
19 or
forgettable.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we've been building up. Zuko's gonna be a firebender. He's gonna teach Aang. What the heck? Like,
Yeah, that's
Just-
true.
Wait a minute, I have 20 episodes.
there's 21,
21, dude. I will go through the list for you, all right?
Part
And you
2?
make sure that you have them. Part 2?
Oh,
Hang
I
on.
got it. I see which one I'm missing. I got it. Okay.
Did you find it?
Okay. Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
so firebending.
21.
Wait. I wasn't.
21. The old masters. And then 19, the firebending.
Wait, how did we get
Wait,
to 19?
why are you speaking?
What are you talking about?
I mean 20.
We're
20,
still
sorry,
on 21!
Why is
Yeah,
he talking? Silence!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Hey, if you're a subscriber, you're allowed to comment "shut up" down below, okay? If you're not a subscriber, don't you even think about talking to my siblings like that.
Yeah. Become a sibling first, and then you can tell them to shut up.
tell them to shut up.
Anyway, Firebending Masters. It's a fun episode, I guess, in some parts, but
Yeah.
it's really just kind of like,
It is a little bit of a letdown.
it's just kind of boring. The best part is at the very, very end when they go to see the dragons, and it's like,
And the guy says, seriously, don't tell anyone.
yeah. And then that's it.
Yeah.
The end.
That's fair. That's fair. I have that one up a little bit higher.
Brian, you're 21. Please indulge
Yes, what was
us.
your 21?
The Old Masters. I have that
the Old
way
Masters.
higher.
What is that? What is the Old Masters? That has a different name, doesn't it?
No, it's the Old Masters. Oh my
It's
gosh! Did you
Sozin's
guys even?
Comet Part 2, The Old Masters.
Okay, so it did have, it's part 2. All right. I
I
didn't
have
do
that way.
I didn't
up
do mine
higher.
like that. I do too.
I
just
one of those
wrote
episodes
part 1,
where
part 2,
I
part 3.
don't know. They just reintroduce Paku and John and
You are
Sokka's
forgetting
guy,
the one of the most important moments.
Iroh.
Yeah, you are forgetting one of the most important moments that throws it into the stratosphere.
No.
Are you telling me that to you, the Old Masters is better than,
I'll tell you what. You know what? Listen, I'm
or
gonna put
it's not as good?
I
Remember,
meant-
Brian said he
I'm gonna
was
put-
very wishy-washy about his episodes.
the
this is
Firebending
pretty bad.
Masters. I'm gonna put that at 21. Firebending Masters, because I think that was that. I think that's where I got. Firebending Masters is the worst of the best of the episodes. Number 21.
What does that even
and then I'll put the Old
mean? I
Masters
don't
at
understand
20.
that
Best
phrase.
of the episodes.
It's the worst of the best. That
The
doesn't
worst of
make
the
sense.
But I agree with you, Katie. The
Okay,
Firebending Masters
yay,
is the least of the
yay,
episodes. But I'm gonna move Old
yay.
Masters to 20 then.
The Painted Lady.
This is a bunch of old
can't believe
guys.
you. I can't believe you. Do you remember what happens in that episode?
Painted Lady. They paint Appa's tongue blue to make him look sick.
It's so cute though because Momo starts licking it because he knows it tastes like berries. So he's just licking it and somebody pulls him off.
It's such a throwaway episode. I really have always disliked that one. And it always played on TV and I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I'd rather watch The Great Divide and I'd rather watch Avatar Stinking Day.
I liked it. I thought it gave
It also
it was fun.
it also always grossed me out because that lake was disgusting. I get that's the idea. They succeeded. I didn't want to look at it. It was so nasty.
I think this river's polluted.
yeah, just a
What
little.
gave it away?
Well, just a little. All right, let's move on to number 20. All right, y'all are gonna hate me for this one. I'm
You
sure
guys are gonna hate me for this.
you're
one,
gonna
too.
hate me for this one. Cause last episode, who was it? Brian's like, y'all are such tough haters. Haters against tough. Well, in this one, yes, the runaway.
I can see why people don't
have-
like it, but I have that higher.
I
way
have the
higher.
Runaway pretty low too.
I
do
do
have
not
it low.
like that episode as much. One, it begins with a like fast forward and then we go back in time, and that was really weird. When I was a kid, my kid brain could not understand, why am I seeing the future first at the very beginning of the episode? And then Sparky Boom Man dies, and I don't know.
He did not die there.
Didn't he die there?
No. Oh my.
Oh no, he doesn't die there. Just kidding. They find him there, and then they name him Sparky Boom Man.
Yes, and he does not die there.
No, he does not die there.
I'm getting stressed.
The only thing I like about that episode is Katara's resourcefulness and kind of sort of the motherly aspect of Sokka talking to Toph and about Katara, yada yada. That's the only part of that episode I really like. The rest of it, I'm like,
you didn't
no.
like the gambling?
No, I did not like it.
I thought it was hilarious. Like the scams, they were great. And then Sokka trying to mend their relationship with Hockey.
Not
hilarious.
Hockey.
And then Hockey not
Toph
getting along
can't
with Momo.
read.
Maybe
Or
we could
Toph
send a
can't
note
write.
to Toph. Toph can't write.
Look,
well, I think we're gonna run into a similar problem.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Toph has her moments in season 3.
Yeah.
But the one Toph-centric episode, because this is her most centric episode,
Yes.
it's kind of a letdown.
Yeah. Not my favorite. Now, what did you guys put for 20?
This is where I put the Old Masters. I'll put that there. Yeah.
Okay. And that's Sozin's Comet 2.
I can't believe you put it that low.
Where do I have Sozin's Comet 2?
Again, this is
okay.
difficult because it's just, what else pops out other than Iroh being in that episode? What else is there? I can't think of anything.
Zuko's redemption. He finally got it. After so much build up, the entire series led to this moment. It's
I
the entire series.
Zuko's redemption is later on.
No, it's in the Old Masters. What are you talking about? That part doesn't matter. That does not matter. The redemption, he is redeemed when
what else
he
in the
gets
episode?
with Iroh.
That's it? Just that one moment? And
No, we also see June. Aang goes away. He's on the he's meeting up with his past lives.
Yeah.
Come on, bruh. I think
So
you guys have amnesia.
So it's just a recall. The whole episode is just a recall to past stuff. It's absolutely just a setup episode then. For the
Well, what's wrong with that?
I also
What's
like
wrong with that?
I also like that episode for the fact that Aang is consulting with his past lives and he's really seeing I either gotta kill him or there's no other way out.
He's very conflicted. You want to talk about like past episodes? The beach is literally the entire series in one episode.
Wait, we haven't even got there yet, dude.
I'm just saying. You're saying that the Old Masters is rehashing old things that we've seen before. The beach is literally that.
Whoa. We haven't gotten there. Katie, what did you put? I forgot.
I put the Avatar and the Fire Lord.
Oh, I have that one up really high.
You see? No way. I have that in my
I have
top
that one.
10.
I do too. It's in my top 10.
No.
What the heck, man?
Whoa.
Nothing. There is no information that is essential to the story. You could take out that episode and nothing would change.
It gives us so much background on Roku, who we've seen since the beginning.
And then what?
It makes him. It shows how important he was.
I'm not saying it's a bad episode.
And it
it's
shows
not a bad episode.
how the war started. That's the whole problem.
Okay.
Okay, Brian's here.
So you know how in the Bible it starts off with Genesis?
Yes.
Just hear me out. You're good. I was watching this and I noticed that this is a very biblical way to tell a story. All right. The Bible starts off with Genesis in the beginning, but it doesn't talk about before the beginning. The Avatar and the Fire Lord is literally in the book of Revelation at the end of the story, season 3, where they're like, this is how it actually happened before Adam and Eve, before the garden, before creation, when good versus evil started. That's kind of what it's like. It's like, I'm gonna tell you about when it really all began before the boy and the iceberg. This is how the story of this whole epic began.
And now you get to see why. You can see why they're so connected as well. Aang and Zuko. Why we've been with both of them, coinciding stories at the same time to finally merge. At the end.
Yes, Ileana is absolutely right. The whole story comes down to, the yin and yang, where it's Avatar and Fire Lord.
Do you remember the koi fish at the North Pole?
They're in the North Pole.
One of them died.
So that and then
he came back.
Zuko realizes so much more. He realizes the absolute truth about his whole conflict inside him.
Yes.
Is that, well, yeah, duh, your dad is evil. Your father's side does have this destructive, conflict, but then you also have this good side that comes from your mom, who's related to the freaking Avatar, man.
Yeah.
It's the whole show.
And it's great that he gets to be the one to change the course of history with the Avatar. The one, like, his past lives who changed the fate of history. So they just get to now switch it and they get to make it good. And I think I really do think that episode gets a lot of slack. It needs
you get to see
more love.
You get to see a fully realized Avatar, which at that point you have not seen in the series as of that point.
Oh, yes. When Roku is on top of that freaking volcano. Whoa. That's so cool.
Whoa.
When he's on the beach.
Whoa.
When he's on the beach even.
Yes.
And he's like bending 4 different things at one time.
So
and
cool.
you're like, nice.
Yeah. Nice. So, I think
I don't hate it.
You slept on that episode a little bit,
no,
I think.
No,
Look,
I get
and look,
it. It's just
I
not
had a lot of problems.
Hang on, I'm gonna give her some crap. You put the painted lady above this episode?
Look, I actually had a lot of trouble. I had a lot of trouble in where to put Avatar and the Fire Lord, because it is an amazing episode.
It is so
and
good.
I did put it high. Sometimes I think I did put it too high, but nowhere should it be at the bottom like that.
No.
Absolutely. It should be a top 10.
Go in the corner and rethink everything you've done today, okay? Go sit in the
no.
corner.
When you see
right
my
now.
top 10, you'll be like, oh, I get it.
No, I don't get it.
You'll get it.
I'm joking. All right, let's go see number 19.
Let's go see.
Let's go see. Once again, you guys are probably going to be like, what? That's such a good one.
Brian, you start this one.
Okay. See, this is one of the episodes. It's tough. So don't hate me, but I put the Southern Raiders at 19.
What? Oh, no. That's... Ooh.
No, that's top 5 for me, man.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm howling again.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry.
It hurts.
Oh man,
Why?
that
Why
one
do you
is
have it so
literally
low?
top 5 for. You're talking, Brian, about character development and finally reaching. That's one of the episodes, dude.
Oh man,
That's one of them.
I just think Katara has better episodes. That's all.
I can agree with you, but I think this is a really, really big one. We've heard since freaking day one. My mother gave me this necklace.
It's kind of they go off in a rabbit hole, and it's supposed to be the end of the world.
Yeah, that's
that's
fair.
it.
That's fair.
That's
But
it.
to put it
Otherwise,
that-
I love it. I
to
love
put it-
Zuko and Katara.
But there's
So.
development, right? They can't
Yes.
do it unless Katara is cool. They can't fight Azula unless they
Yes,
reconcile.
You're right. You are right.
am.
I'm
so
not going to
right.
argue with you guys at all. I'm
You
sorry that
better
I have it that
freaking
low.
not.
I'm sorry. I just episodes I
No,
like
you
more.
don't need to apologize.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Two different
I'm sorry.
siblings.
Who
Again,
are you, the
this one
grandma
was
from
difficult.
Coco? Well, apologize.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, Katie, what did you put?
I put Nightmares and Daydreams.
That's what I put!
Yay, we matched!
Yay!
You guys are you serious?
That is.
Oh my gosh. Is
it's
that
a
in
good-
your top 10?
It better not
That's
be. It better not be, dude. It's a
Yes,
fun
it's-
episode. It's a good one.
Top 5.
It's very fun.
Stop! It's top 5!
What did he say?
It's top 5!
Oh my gosh.
Lordy Lou. He has
you
Painted
tell-
Lady as number 1. I won't put it past him.
Nightmares and Daydreams is entertaining as heck. I'll
It is.
there.
It
Yes,
is.
but one of the best Avatar episodes? Are you insane? No.
Brian,
No.
you're allowed to be wrong, okay?
No,
You're
it's-
allowed to be
It's so from beginning to end. It's so fun, and it's about the Avatar buddies just getting together and supporting Aang.
Dang, all they want to do is sleep. You ever have those days? And you just can't for the life of ya. You have to save the world in the next few days, and you just can't go to bed, man. Like you said, it is fun to the max episode. What brings this one down for me, quite a lot actually, is it's really random. A lot of it's random. 2, it scared the buns out of me as a kid. Scared the buns when Aang is having like that really, really true nightmare and freaking Momo pops up and goes, shh. Yeah, no. I used to turn away when that would pop up again on the TV. I'm like, no, Momo, you're scaring me.
Give me a break.
Remember, it was 2008, okay?
No, and I put it lower on my list. So Aang, it doesn't quite make sense. Aang knows that he has to. The day of Black Sun is coming. They're in their spot. They make it to their spot.
They're ready.
He's been training for this, and all of a sudden he's choking.
Yeah.
He's gonna choke. Come on, man. And since when has Aang ever been so scared or nervous that he? You know what? I just answered my own question. He disappeared for 100 years. Never mind.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I ran away. There it is. Yep, he was so scared and nervous. But he could face the Fire Nation fleet at the North Pole. Like, these guys are a joke. Let me just go into my water station, guys. I'm going to make into this water little dude, and I'm going to just decimate them, and it's kosher, man. All right, moving on.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's very out of character for him.
Yeah, so I don't know. That one, it's a great episode, but not
hilarious.
Not high up for me, unfortunately. All right, Brian. We are at number 18.
Okay, 18. I have The Awakening at 18.
I have it there too.
Stop! That's top 10 for me, y'all.
Oh, Ileana, Brian, join with me. Shame.
I mean, why would you put
Top
it in?
10?
Top
What
10,
is so
dude.
remarkable about it that makes it top 10?
We get to see that Aang is really alive.
Okay,
Something
they came out with season 3. We knew he was alive.
But it was freaking strophic, okay?
No.
I mean, even if he was in a wheelchair, we knew he was coming back.
Oh no! He turned into that boy from what was it?
Northern Air
The
Temple.
Northern Air
Teo?
Temple. Teo!
Yeah.
Go Teo!
Teo's like, I can teach you a thing or two.
Oh my god. No, okay, so Katara is over dramatic in this. All of a sudden she hates her dad.
Oh, no.
Gee, thanks, Dad.
Nope. I have complete understanding of what Katara went through because not only was she a little girl and I was a little girl, okay? She had a father at that time who abandoned her to be in the military.
It wasn't abandoning.
He had to go. And
Okay,
then
but that's not the right word to use.
Okay,
He didn't abandon her.
in her mind though, that's what it's like for a little girl. And that's what happened to me. When I was a little girl, my father
It happened to all 3 of us.
Yeah,
Dummy
but-
head.
Oh man. But I didn't take it. The episode is good. I mean, if you put this episode at like 12 or 13, I'd be okay with it.
Uh-oh.
It's
But not
just
top 10.
it's
Uh-oh.
just nothing really remarkable happens in the episode.
Uh-oh.
She put it higher. Yue popping out of nowhere. Why?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
purpose?
it's just a fan episode sometimes a little bit. Because then you have the Serpent's Pass, stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, I really just love that episode. When it came out, I was so excited. So excited for Avatar to be back. I remember I had a friend staying the night, and I was like, I know that you're here, but this is really important.
You were correct to do so.
Yeah.
And it marked a significant time because we may have said this last week that there was a huge gap in time between season 2 and season 3.
Yes.
And so for me, I was like, I waited all this time for this.
Oh no, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, it's back, yeah.
Actually, I remember watching it when it first came out, and I was probably maybe a little disappointed, but it's a good episode.
It's still good, yes, but it's like, huh?
Yeah, but
I
don't even think there wasn't even a lot of bending in it. There was some
love
metal
seeing
bending,
everybody coming back, and then they were trying to keep cover. They're in this ship, and it's like, what has happened since he's been asleep? I really, truly need to know.
You have the Duke there, and
Pipsqueak.
it's like,
And then you see what's happening with Zuko and Azula and the Fire Nation and all that. It's just okay. So it kind of sets it up for the tone of the early part of the season. Zuko is conflicted with himself. Aang has to disappear and act like he's dead. There we go.
And now we've got
we're in the Fire Nation.
And now we've got characters who we haven't seen in a really long time coming back. So, and that they get to stay. Now, the following episode, The Headband, is actually where I have at 18.
Oh, I have that much higher. I have the Headband much higher.
Yes, me too.
Why?
It's a good episode. It's a great episode.
Oh,
but I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, because I think me and Katie have it a ton higher.
It's a good episode. It's a good episode. I loved that episode as a kid. I love to watch that one now still. It's fun, but that's kind of all it gives me. That's pretty much it. That's all it gives me. Just gives me like that was a good watch. Moving on.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Katie, what'd you have at 18? I forgot.
For 8, The Awakening.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you and Brian were tied. All right. Well, then moving on to 17. 17.
Ileana, what'd you get?
The Western Air Temple.
Yeah. I can
okay,
see
that's fair. That's fair.
I feel like it was just kind of.
Yeah.
Good one. Of course,
I have
good
it a little
one.
bit higher, but.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Just slightly higher.
All right, you're 17.
The Painted Lady. She's coming.
Ugh.
There is no Painted Lady.
Yeah.
Just Mr. Krabs.
Brian?
17, this is where I have the Runaway at.
Okay. No, that's fair, I guess.
That's fine.
That's fair.
That's fine.
17 was a little bit of a dud for all of us. Kind of like,
Yeah.
no fight.
We're good.
All right,
We're
let's
good.
move on to 16 then. Okay, maybe this is where it's going to be controversial again.
I think so.
I'll start.
16.
Oh, Brian, you start us off.
This is not. It's not controversial. 16 is where I have the Painted Lady at.
Okay, yeah. No, you're good. But I think KT and I are... What did you put? What did you do? What did you do?
I put the Puppet Master.
I put the Puppet Master!
Oh, thank goodness.
Big Sister!
What?
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
great
my gosh.
good.
episode. But
So
not,
freaking good.
Not
I have
nearly.
Puppet Master way higher.
I don't think it should be any higher. It's a fun one. Really good, creepy episode. I love that we get to see another waterbender during this time of fire. Like, we're in the Fire Nation. We've been in the Fire Nation. And now we get to see, oh, there's another one like her. Oh, she's nuts. Uh-oh. Crazy woman over here. So I do love this episode. I love the creepy factor. I love rescuing the people from under the mountain. All that jazz. But
I love the idea of bloodbending.
yes.
It gives an evil to waterbending, which is supposed to be this pure thing.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's tainted, and Katara uses it in the end. And then it becomes a big plot thing for Korra for some reason.
Yes.
It's kind of like for air, they use in Korra also. It's like Korra got so dark. They used airbending as like the evil part of it is suffocation, sucking the air out of somebody's lungs. And bloodbending is like that same idea as well. Like controlling somebody using their veins, using the blood inside their veins. I can't really think.
In X-Men 2, Magneto is like, "Is that iron in your blood?"
Uh-oh.
He's the iron in the guard's blood
I
to
ate too
bust out
many
of jail.
Cheerios. Oh, no. There's iron in Cheerios. Did you know that? Did you know that? It's good for your heart.
Rust?
Did you know that?
Rust?
Alec
Baldwin?
That was perfect. That was perfect. Oh my gosh. No, I do love that episode. We get to see Katara and Sokka. It's kind of like another Bato of the Water Tribe type episode where we're like, oh, we get another waterbender. That's amazing.
Bato
Back,
wasn't
you're
a
a
waterbender.
psychopath.
Yeah, this one's a little bit nutso though. So good episode, but
Yeah.
all right. 15, the top 15 episodes of Book 3. Let's go. Brian, start us off.
All right, this is another difficult one. Maybe it should be higher. It just ended up where it ended up. I'm gonna go The Boiling Rock Part 1.
I can see that.
I'm not too far off with that.
Mine is way higher, but I can see why.
Yeah. Mine's a little bit higher, but yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's okay.
It is just, Suki comes back. The whole prison stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
I have Boiling Rock Part 2 way higher because it has some of the best. It has
have it
like
pretty
one of
high.
the biggest shocking moments in the whole series.
Yeah, we'll get to that,
just
man.
a lot of great fights. But Boiling Rock Part 1 is just great. Sokka, Zuko are characters of the entire show. So
Yeah. All right, Katie, what'd you put for 15?
I put the Western Air Temple.
Okay. All right.
that's
Good
fair.
redemption
Yeah.
for, well, not even redemption. It's a good introduction for Zuko to the group,
Hi.
to the gang.
Zuko here.
Yeah, it's funny. It's lighthearted. Poor Toph gets her feet burned on accident. Zuko is chastising himself. Why am I so bad at being good? And that's where Combustion Man dies. That is the episode.
Yes, that's
Yes.
the one. The
And
one
I love how the side characters, they always just put themselves out of the picture. Like, oh, we're not needed. Let's just go.
Yeah,
explore the
Haru
temple.
just goes and explores with the other guys or whatever.
Yeah. The only thing
Conveniently.
that I really don't like about it is I don't understand why Aang was at the beginning when they first get to the temple. They're wanting to talk about strategy and what they should do, and Aang's like, there's too much wind in my ear.
Yeah.
Just like wasting time.
That's at the beginning as well when Azula shows up, right?
No.
And
That's
she's
in a
like, I
different
can't
episode.
wait to be an only child.
That's a different episode.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one that was. Oh my gosh. But anyways, for 15, I put, and you guys might be like, what? I put the Sozin's Comet Part 1.
No, I get that. I get it's a little bit
Which
lower.
one is Part 1?
Part 1 is where
God!
Part 1 is where Aang goes missing at the end. Zuko
what's the
finally tells
title? You gotta put the title in.
I don't
The
have
Phoenix
five-
King.
Okay, I have
Part
that.
1, The Phoenix
close.
King.
that's where Zuko tells Aang for the first time, like, hey, why are you guys like relaxing? You know, they're about to invade. Or, you know, take over
That's
the globe.
actually a good spot. This is actually a good spot for Phoenix King.
Yeah. I like that episode, but
Melon
out
Lord.
of the
Yeah.
Melon Lord, out of the Sozin's Comet ones, it's kind of my least favorite.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So, yeah.
Brian thinks it's better than the old masters.
Gosh. All right.
Old Masters. Ugh.
Brian thinks the Painted Lady is number
He just
one.
doesn't like old people. That's canon now.
The Painted Lady is number one on Brian's list.
Dude, Painted Lady, her costume, Katara's costume, nice choice. Katara looks really good in that episode.
That was all he had to say. All right, number 14.
This is where I put The Runaway.
Oh, that one's up pretty high for you.
This is where
I
this
like
is
it
where
a
I put the
lot.
Western Air Temple.
Okay, y'all don't hate me. Y'all don't hate me now, all right?
But wait, the Western Air Temple, that temple was the coolest of all the temples, though.
Yes.
You know, there are places around the world that are like that.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Well, that's
Like,
so
they
sweet.
exist.
I was like, dude, this is the place to learn airbending. This place is
Yes.
awesome. You know,
Forget the mountains. Like, go in the
go
mountain.
under, inside.
What
the
was that
mountain.
with your finger? Excuse me. What did you do? No, that one. I agree with you, Brian. That one is the coolest temple. I have the Ember Island Players.
That's fair.
Okay.
Fun
I have it
episode,
a little
but
higher,
definitely
but not that
not
much.
needed to be any higher. I'm sorry.
But you know what? Here's the thing. This is one of those that I struggled on. I was like, why do I have this so high?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The Ember Island Players.
And yeah, but it could go either way for me. It could go lower. Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It's a good episode, but it's not one of those heavy heaters. What? Not one of those heavy heaters. Not a heavy hitter, definitely, for sure. I just cater to the Canadian audience.
Swedish people too. The heavy haters.
Heavy heaters. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I've got to say. Good episode, but not a heavy heater. All right, 13.
Which number?
13.
13. Go, Ileana.
I have the
Heavy
firebending master. That's the
Why
one
is
with
it
the
so
dragons.
high? Why is it so high on yours?
Oh my, why do you have that episode so high?
Why do you have that
Why?
episode on there at all? I think that episode's really cool of getting an Aang and Zuko, what is that called? Like, adventure episode. They're bonding. I love this episode mostly for the very end where we do get to see the dragons and then them learning the firebending dance and whatever. And I also like when they get back to the group and they're like, what did you guys do? And they're like, oh, we learned a dance. And what was it called?
No, we learned this ancient technique. Oh, what was it called? The dancing dragon.
Yeah. That's so funny. I don't know. It's a fun episode, but maybe
Do you see the error of your ways?
maybe I could switch Ember Island Players and the Firebending Master. Just swap them.
That's not a big enough change.
I'm just blinking
That's like
at
saying
you.
that's like saying, you know what? Chocolate is better than banana pudding. What was I thinking?
What?
Like, you're just gonna swip. They're both good or bad depending if you don't like pudding.
So I think this is where I'm gonna have a controversial take then for 13.
Uh-oh.
I think
Uh-oh.
you guys are gonna.
Uh-oh!
Let's hear it.
Uh-oh!
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Maybe I should. You know what? Actually, I tell you what. I'm gonna switch it. I'm moving Ember Island.
No,
Players
no,
to
no,
13.
What were you gonna say?
no,
What were you
no.
gonna say?
No.
No, no.
What were you gonna say?
I have.
Wait.
I have to.
I have to know what you were gonna say.
No.
Tell
Yes.
us. Tell us.
No.
He just doesn't want to be screamed at.
We're already screaming
okay,
at
I'm
him.
gonna tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. You know
the Muffin Man.
All right, I promise I won't
Okay.
scream.
No
I won't
screaming.
scream.
Look, because I realize you guys got me. I'm putting the Ember Island Players at 13, switching it out. I'm putting this episode at number 8. I had the Ember Island Players at number 8, but instead I'm gonna put at 13. Originally, I had the beach.
I have
at
the
13.
beach at 13.
I have the beach at 12.
Okay.
See, just be yourself, Brian.
Brian's like stressing out. I saw
sweating.
I saw a drop of sweat.
Look.
I have
I
it on
thought
13.
there is a faction of Avatar lovers, fans out there that believe like the beach is the greatest thing Avatar ever produced ever.
What
No.
fans
don't wanna
are
have
those
that.
out there?
There's a faction out there of Azula fans and May fans. What's the other girl's name?
Oh,
May and
why
Ty
are we even
Lee.
doing this list?
There's the
May
Ty Lee fans
fans.
out there. There's the
If
Ty Lee fans out there.
you've ever watched Turning Red, that's the girl he's talking about.
But
May and her period
The
problems.
Ty Lee fans are dangerous. They will kill you.
Ileana.
Cut
Brian,
you.
close your ears. Wait, Brian, close your ears for a
What?
second. Close your ears. May, she period bends.
Stop. You're disgusting.
Brian heard that. He didn't take out his earbuds.
I should bleep it. Oh my gosh. May! No!
Oh, I had a
Anyways.
very bad joke there. I can't. do
Nope,
that
you
one.
keep it to yourself.
I told you. No. No. No.
I'll agree with you, Brian, that there are some like crazy nut job fans out there that like hold that episode as the best episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But if you really
it's
look
because
at
they live an awkward life and
If
they
you-
laugh like Azula.
if you really look
No,
at the
I
whole
wonder if it's
episode,
like the. It's like the kids that read manga love that episode.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it is.
anime
The
fans,
manga
they're like-
kids. Yeah.
because they're all edgy in that one. They're all like very
I'm
anime.
Chan and Ron John.
Well, like Zuko's hair is long and like he takes off his shirt and the birds fly, you know, that type of
And
thing.
the girls swoon.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Oh, gosh, Brian's camera just went really weird and his head, like, spun around.
It's been doing this the whole time.
It was really creepy. It was like an exorcist moment. All right, so you switched out your 13 for number 8. So now you have
Yeah.
the Ember Island
The
Players.
Urban Island Players at number 8.
But now
or
I'm
number-
like, oh, do I need to switch out that episode?
No,
with that
just
episode?
leave it. Be true to your heart.
Be true to yourself.
Gosh. That would be the last one. I won't switch anymore. Then.
Okay.
That's
Good.
it.
Just be
So,
honest with yourself.
that's
What
it
is
for me.
what's technically your 13? I'm confused again.
At 13, then it is the Ember Island Players. That's what I have at 13.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
allowed. You can do that. All right, number 12. Katie. What? Then shut up. Number 12.
Yeah, let's move along. Let's move it along.
That's what I'm saying. Number 12. Come
Number
on.
12. I have the headband.
That's a pretty
I
high.
have it a little higher.
Wow.
I have it higher. I had the Phoenix King at 12.
Which one's that one?
What are you talking? Oh, part one.
Okay.
Sozin's comment, part one, the
one.
Phoenix King. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's a little bit further down for me. Not too bad. But I have the beach here.
Okay. Headband is a lot of fun. You get to see that budding romance. You see bedroom eyes from Katara.
Okay, all right.
It's true. I watched it the other day.
True. It's true. And
It's like
Aang
the
is
10.
being-
She's like, hey, John. She gave you the eyes. You know? You guys ever seen Ted 2?
No.
No, I never saw
She
Ted
was totally
1.
giving you the
Oh, Ted 1 is
eyes,
great.
you know.
Just don't tell Mom. but
I'm
I think
not.
Ted 1 is great.
I'm not watching that Satanist stuff.
Oh my gosh, calm it down. But no, even Aang, he's pretty suave
It's
in
just
this one
you
too.
and me.
Bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, and it's fun to see the Fire Nation kids. Like Aang screw up royally in the Fire Nation school.
I was watching it in preparation for this podcast tonight, and I was just laughing at the one part where the little girl is like, "Oh, do you need something?" This just cracked me up.
Oh my gosh.
Are you looking
How's
for
it
someone?
going? Everything okay? She's like missing her two front teeth. Like,
And then the
he's
little
like,
boy is picking his nose.
Looking for someone?
Looking for someone?
How did they
can
all
help you
get
find him if you need
bandanas
some.
or headbands at the end?
Yeah. That's a good episode. It's a good one.
Yeah,
Not good enough
I
for
love
you,
that episode.
suppose.
No, it was number 18. Sorry.
Gosh. All right, moving right along. Oh, what is your guys's? You
12.
said that.
I put the beach.
Yeah. Brian, what was your 12?
The headband.
Phoenix King,
Oh, yeah.
part 1.
Who just
Part 1
burped?
of Sozin's Comet.
What's your problem?
Number 11. Number 11.
This
Go,
one.
Brian.
This one, y'all are gonna be...
I have the
Brian, go.
invasion. Invasion.
Is
What
that...
do you mean the invasion? There's no episode called the invasion.
Yes, there is.
What are you
I did it
talking
by the
about?
episode
hear-
title.
Did you hear how both
The
of
Day
you sounded
of Black
so whiny?
Sun, part 1,
Oh,
the invasion.
okay. All right.
You
Say
both-
gotta.
You both
What?
sounded so whiny. There's no invasion? Yes, there is!
That's the name of the episode. It's the title. The
Okay,
invasion.
you didn't say Day of Black Sun, part 1.
I didn't
the
hear
invasion.
no
Appendix number 1.
Column
Section
14.
There's an episode of Avatar where they get their appendixes taken out. What episode is that?
Chakras, chakras.
All right,
okay.
what's your 11?
So you have The Day of Black Sun, part 1. Got it.
The invasion. It's
The freaking invasion!
I have the Ember Island players.
Y'all are not gonna like me. You're not gonna like me. Nope. Not one
What
bit.
is it?
I have Sokka's master.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
No.
Yep. I did it. I did it.
Ileana, I thought we had shared interest in Avatar, and for once again, you've disappointed me so bad.
For
I don't even know
once
who you are
again.
anymore.
For
Seriously,
once, comma,
God, you have
again.
some bad takes on this show, man. I don't. Seriously, why would you put an absolute masterpiece so low? I don't even get it.
All right,
It's
old
not even the top
masters.
10.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Who are you?
Brian, this is Sokka's The Deserter episode, okay? And who
Are you
were you?
out of your mind?
Who were you back then saying, this episode is stupid, I hate everything, Jong Jong is crap? No, okay? Jong Jong is good.
This
Pian Dao is
episode,
good.
Sokka's master is so much better than
There's
the
a
Deserter.
huge difference between those two episodes.
No, there's not.
Yes, there
Both of
is.
them are trying hard, okay? Aang is being a little more annoying than Sokka, but Sokka, we're getting to see how a little bit incompetent he is, okay? He is a little bit of a dodo head.
You realize that Sokka is an absolute genius. He is so cool.
He
he
painted
just needs
a-
confidence.
He painted a rainbow.
He just lacked confidence.
With the color
in himself.
black.
Rainbow. You did not paint a rainbow with the color black.
He had like,
How could you paint a rainbow with just black?
and then he was like,
Wait.
oh, Pian Dao said, oh, why don't you paint what you feel or like who you are? And then Sokka's like, oh yeah, I'll think outside the box. I'll paint my face.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, he's
He
remembering
did what
Kyoshi.
he asked.
Yeah. Kyoshi, man. They painted faces. Katie, what's your number 11?
Ember Island players.
Okay.
It's fun. It gives some brevity before everything goes down.
Yeah.
It's funny to see the past events misremembered or misinterpreted, and
It's a
like
good-
when I first saw it, I was like, "What is this?"
It's a good recap episode because if you watch anime, anime will recap a season and it like shows everything that happened in a like this is what happened per episode, and it's really annoying to watch those. This one showcased it in this is what happened, but we're gonna make it part of the episode still.
Yeah, where Zuko is like, "Ugh, it's just all my past mistakes thrown back in my face."
Yeah. And everybody's past mistakes as well. Completely. This is showing them how
my butt look big.
Right. How we've made fun of the characters and, you know, the humor since then. So I feel like that episode does it really well, where anime usually fails in recapping. They literally just show the episode all over again. It's so annoying.
Dragon Ball Z is the worst at that.
They're so bad. Naruto does that a lot too.
All right. Anybody else having a number 11 they need to share?
I think we're good.
All right.
We're in the top 10!
Alec Baldwin. Oh, you didn't join in.
Oh, nope. You lost me on that one. Okay, top 10. Brian.
Number 10, I put the headband.
Why is the headband so high, man?
The music is great. It's you're like neck deep in the Fire Nation culture. It's a fun episode. It's great, man.
I do like the beginning where they get new clothes. That's fun.
The end.
That's fun.
Jeez. Sorry, shoes.
Yeah.
I picked the Southern Raiders.
It's like they go to a new village, and instead of like they solve a problem in the village not by like doing bending, they just do it by dancing. It's very footloose. It's fun. Maybe it's an 80s thing. I don't know.
Gosh. Old.
I picked the Southern Raiders.
Dude.
Dang.
I have that one literally top 5. And I thought you, of all people, would have had that one up higher.
It's in my top 10. Give me a break.
I thought you, of all people would have had that one higher.
You have how people
we
that
all
higher.
three have that so spread out that we're all completely split on that episode.
I don't know what y'all are thinking. You need to rewatch that episode and get the feelings again.
I will say, Yan Ra, what a tragic person. Like, he did unspeakable things, and that was killing Sokka and Katara's mom was just one thing that he must have done. He probably did many, many more atrocious things, and now the life that he's living, it's just like, what are you even living for?
Yeah, it's so pitiful that you, like, feel sorry for him, but you're so filled with hatred towards this person. You're like, I can't even pity you.
Like, wow, you are living in the worst life. Just continue doing that.
Yeah,
Just keep doing that.
That you might have deserved because of all the bad that you've done.
But he's also a jerk even in the end, because he's like, take my mother. We'll call it even. She's a witch.
Yeah.
So,
it's just such a pathetic human. And to see, I guess, the outcome of that, like, over all these years. And Katara has held such hatred for this person this whole time. And now it finally gets this closure. And it's like, not what you wanted, but what did you want? What did you want Katara to do? You know? And that's why I think I have that one much higher. But anyways, for number 10, I have Sozin's Comet Part 2.
The Old Masters?
What's the title of the episode?
Yeah, The Old Masters.
The Old Masters. The one that you put at, like, number 20.
Yeah.
Like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopath. He really just doesn't care about Iroh.
He doesn't care about Zuko's redemption arc.
Or the old guys.
No, because I put the Tales of Ba Sing Se last episode so high just because of Iroh. So, suck it.
And
Trebek.
now he's taking a squat on Iroh's story.
He was like, oh yeah, rest in peace, Mako. And then he's like, who's Mako?
Mako's not even in this episode.
Yeah, but he's still the character!
No, he's not, because he's passed away.
Well, that's a mean thing to say.
So wrong.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, number 9. Moving on. Get on with it.
This is where I put the Boiling Rock Part 1.
That's what I put!
Yay!
Sisters, we are sisters.
Nice.
Sorry, Brian, you can't be part of the siblingship right now. You don't care about Iroh.
You can't be in the sisterhood of the tribe.
Iroh's not even in the Boiling Rock Part 1.
He's not, but you obviously don't care about him as a character. Obviously.
Obviously, I do, because I'll tell you why. Because we're gonna get to when we get to number 1, it's Iroh all the way, bro. So whatever.
Well, what's
Beat
your
that.
number?
Is your number 1? Does your number 1 have Iroh in it? Does your number 1 have Iroh in it? No, I didn't think so.
Yes, it does.
Okay, my number 9 is the Puppet Master. I put the Puppet Master at number 9.
That's very high.
That's really high. That was 16
Dude,
for us, Brian. 16. 16. Think about it. All right.
Tress MacNeille as the evil waterbending lady is amazing. Tress MacNeille. Okay.
Okay.
Nah, I'm actually not going to give you too much crap for it. It is a good episode.
It came out on Halloween.
That's awesome. Hama is so cool as a as a villain. As an unexpected villain, you know?
She was just a little old lady.
Yes. Oh, I'm just a little old lady. Remember that one? What's that from?
Powerpuff Girls.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Number 8. Number 8.
We gotta go.
The Avatar and the Fire Lord.
I guess you're an Iroh hater then. Yeah.
How? How?
That's a Iroh. It's a big Iroh episode, and you just dunked on it.
How?
It's top 10.
It's number 8.
Yeah, it's Iroh. You know.
Why are you calling
not even the focal point of the episode?
No, and he's calling me the hater when he's like, "Oh yeah, those old guys," and Iroh.
He's in there maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, nah, number 20.
Yeah, but they're like the best 3 minutes of all time.
Dude.
He's being facetious, everyone. Please don't unsubscribe. Please don't.
Okay, at number 8, I put the beach. That's where the beach.
That's fair. Again, I know why people love this episode, and it is awesome. It is a funny episode.
Yeah, it's good.
I put Sozin's Comet Part 1, The Phoenix King.
Okay.
Okay.
See that.
Okay. I had that one lower, but whatever. That's just me. You know? Whatever.
Yeah.
This is you. You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, number 7. We're almost there. We're almost there. 7. Brian.
This is where I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't hit me right. I put Avatar Aang at number 7.
Oh dear.
That's
God.
part 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Part 4. The final episode of the season. Of the series.
I think you need to relook at this list tomorrow after the tequila has worn off. I'm joking about that. But I don't know. I feel like you're going to feel like a different man when you relook at this list a different day and be like, what was I thinking?
You mean to
You
tell
know what?
me...
I can't. I can't because I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? All these other episodes, maybe... I told you, maybe I would switch a few of the next few ones for this one. Maybe it might go 1 or 2 higher, but
yeah.
Or
maybe you need to give the book another rewatch. Maybe that whole book. Katie, what happened to your hair?
It's stressed because of Brian's decision.
I think Brian needs to give the entire book another rewatch and maybe reevaluate. Because he's had some of these a little bit weighted weird.
And I know you love Sokka's master. I know you love it. But is it stronger than the finale of the Fire Lord and Azula being
That's
beaten
a good point,
in the
dude.
same episode?
That's
where
a dang good point.
Aang is noticed as the avatar to the world, Zuko is crowned king of the Fire Nation, and Aang and Katara make out at the end.
Katie's gonna pray for a second.
Brian,
Brian Bauman.
By it.
Brian
I'm
Bauman.
standing by it. I'm
Brian
standing
Bauman,
by
the
it.
face you just made was one of our mother, and it's the face she makes when she knows she's wrong.
It's the...
No, not that one. It's a different one, but he made that same face where it's like a... And he made that face.
Maybe I would move it up 2, but that's it. I would maybe switch it with... Yeah.
All right. It's your list, dude. Your list.
You have to live with it.
Yep. All right. For number 7, I have The Awakening. And I know that's really high. I know that's
Well,
high.
see, why do you have that so high? That doesn't
is
make
so
any sense.
freakishly
What the heck
high.
are you doing? Oh my gosh. That is just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It's the
Why?
very start of the season. Okay, this is the Avatar state.
What?
The Avatar state. Where did
I
have
like
that
the
one?
Avatar state better than this one.
I have that one at 19.
Dude, even according to you, like, I put The Boy in the Iceberg much higher than that episode. And that's the beginning episode of the entire series.
Yeah.
And you're like, just because it's the first one, I'm going to put it up so high. Dude,
And
it
this
is
one, I
not
think-
even that...
For the reasons Katie stated earlier, and for reasons I stated earlier, it came after a long hiatus. And so we had been dying for this episode for such a long time. Something crazy happened in the finale of the previous book. And so me desiring this episode to come out for such a long time, the build-up was there since the beginning. So this episode coming in, he's got hair. They're on a ship. They're in the Fire Nation. So much has changed. Katara's father is there, and now she's like mad at him. And then it like corresponding with my own childhood life. That episode is just higher for me with a lot of those things.
So it's more of a nostalgia thing.
Probably.
I can
So
see
you
that.
admit
I
it.
can respect that.
It's a nostalgia thing.
So you admit it. You think you're pretty.
I don't know what to say to that.
All right, Katie, did you do your number 7?
No. This is my Day of Black Sun Part 1, The Invasion.
Okay. I
Yeah,
have
I can
that
see
actually
that.
at number 6. So we were close.
Fun episode. Everything is on the line. We know things that our protagonists don't know.
I know something you don't know.
Yeah, we know that Azula knows about the
The
eclipse and the invasion.
Yeah.
Our protagonists don't know that.
We know that she met up with Suki and the Kyoshi warriors, and we haven't known where they're at all.
They're not in this one.
But we knew that that's what they talk about in the second one, at least, that they're gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the whole
that's
idea
a different episode.
It's the whole idea with Azula.
It's still
Whole
a
idea.
different episode.
Idea.
No, but it's really cool. I like the cliffhanger where Aang is like, Fire Lord Ozai, where are you? Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's really cool.
So that's my number 6. So now let's jump into your guys' number 6.
Brian?
I put The Boiling Rock Part 2 at number 6.
Okay.
Okay, mine isn't far behind.
Yeah.
Mine is Sokka's Master.
Okay.
I know that's Brian's number 1, probably.
It's not my number 1. It's not my number 1.
It's his number 1. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. The Painted Lady's number 1. Sokka's Master is
Yeah.
number 2.
Dang, how'd you find
Yeah,
that?
Sokka's Master.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to like it that much. I feel like most people would agree with you and Brian that it is one of the better episodes. So,
Which one?
Sokka's
Sokka's
Master.
Master?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we're
Boiling
right.
Rock is really good, too. It's got some of the best action.
And I think what also happened with me
Crazy twist ending.
Yeah.
Crazy twist ending.
I think what happened with me in that episode is I did not get to see it when it came out. I had to watch it later. and it didn't hold as much weight to me. Like, I hadn't watched it as many times as some of the others, so it just didn't hit as hard. I don't know.
What was your number 6?
The Day of Black Sun Part 1.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. All right. We're in our top 5
Top
now.
5 of Avatar The Last Airbender Book 3. I have The Day of Black Sun Part 2.
I have the same.
Okay. Brian?
Number 5, I have Nightmares and Daydreams.
Jeez Louise. Okay. Why?
Why is that one so high, man?
I need your Avatar
It's-
card back.
All right, look. It has Appa and Momo talking. Hilarious.
Sure does.
So good. Brilliant. So unexpected. All right, it has great voice work by Mark Hamill as Ozai. Just in and out, just doing awesome, wacky stuff. So good.
Are you prepared for your mathematics test? Math test? I forgot all about the math test.
It's got callbacks to other anime shows too. Yeah, it's just wonderful. It's great. It's got that weird, crazy moment where Aang is like, "Katara, I love you, baby." And
Yeah,
man,
that's
he
wild.
Smooches her like crazy hard. You know, the kid is totally pubering.
So
at that
again,
moment.
you're telling me that this episode
Uh-oh.
is better
Uh-oh.
than
The season,
where
the
did you
series
put
finale.
where did you put the yeah. Are you serious?
Because I like unexpected episodes, and Nightmare and Daydreams is so unexpected, so random. It's this wonderful little thing that you would not expect, and it just comes out of nowhere, right in the middle of the season when everything's about to get really heavy, and it's just
That's
perfect.
not in the
It's
middle
just
of the
done so well.
season.
It is. It's pretty much. It's in the right before the climax of the
It's
before the
like
Day of Black
well,
Sun.
no, you got me. You
That's
got me. You
the-
got me. It's like episode
Yeah.
9.
It is episode 9.
Haha. I was right.
Now, what I can say, Brian, is unexpected of the series finale is that we get to see Aang learn how to take away bending. That is unexpected.
Twist ending because we were like, "What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?"
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Right. But no, Brian's made his choice.
Brian's made his choice.
Yeah.
We'll see, man.
What's
All right.
What's everyone's number 4?
The Boiling Rock Part 2.
That's what I got.
Let's go, Sisterhood of the Traveling Avatars, okay?
Of the traveling headband.
Yeah. Such a good episode. Brian, what do you have to disappoint
for
us
number
with this
4.
time? I'm joking.
Oh my gosh. For number 4, I had the Day of Black Sun Part 2, The Eclipse.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
That was my number 5. So
That was
that's
my number
fine.
5, yeah.
Get an original thought.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I burped.
Okay, so I have a feeling, Ileana, your top 3 answers are gonna match mine. I think.
I don't remember where you put this one. So my number 3 is the Southern Raiders.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dang. Wow,
I
you
put
have that
Southern Raiders
super
all the way
high.
at number 10. And Brian put it at number
Dang.
21. He hates this one.
Holy cow.
He's like, anything to do with Katara, just throw her in the trash.
Such a Katara
No,
hater.
dude, I put the Puppet Master really high. That's a Katara episode.
Where was your Southern Raiders one? The one that is really
I put
important.
The Puppet Master.
But
Puppet Master!
But there's
I put it at 19.
Where did you put it?
I put it at 19.
Yeah. Katara hater.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
say
like,
that.
Toph all the way. She's my girl.
No,
But not,
he's more.
but not
he's
in
a
the
s-
Runaway.
He's a Sokka lover on this one.
Sokka lover.
Sokka has the best
Sokka
arc in season
lover.
3.
Well, Brian already said that that is the best character of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was clear. We should have known that from the beginning, because he has already said that in a previous
episode. I said Sokka has the best arc.
The best arc. Oh, lo siento. I'm sorry. Yes.
Arc. Okay. Number 3. Number 3, I put Sozin's Comet Part 2, The Old Masters.
Okay, real quick. Hang on. Totally off topic. If we were kids again, back in grade school, we would be so obnoxious if we were all in the same class. I'm just saying. Oh arc!
Morph!
Oh! Okay, yeah, no, moving on. What did you say? I didn't even pay attention because I was thinking about us all being in, like, 4th grade together.
Sozin's Comet Part 2, The Old Masters.
Okay. Is that simply for the Iroh Zuko reconciliation?
You also have what we mentioned was Aang looking at his past lives and going through that. At the time, also, if you want to be nostalgic, there was a promotion on Nickelodeon. Like before they released all 4 parts, they had this. Actually, before they came out with season 3. They had this online comic book on Nickelodeon. You could go and play games, but you also had that online
you
comic
could read
book.
up on the past avatars.
Yes, and so it was a correlation to this exact episode where you could go back and learn about avatars you didn't know. Avatar Korok, Avatar Yang Chen. That's as far as it went back. And so it was just
Kyoshi,
really cool.
Roku.
Yeah, so now we know about 5 avatars at this point.
That was on Avatar Spirit, right?
No, it was on Nickelodeon.com.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember you always went on Avatar Spirit to read it.
I love. You know, it's shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe this Netflix series will bring it back.
I don't know. But I mean, it stayed up for a long time, like way past Korra.
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like this episode.
All right. Top 2, y'all. We're almost there. Katie, I'm pretty sure we're neck and neck.
We're the same. Yeah. We're the same here.
Yeah.
We're the 2 kids in the back of the room going.
Except I think ours are backwards.
Oh, really?
I do think we're backwards. Brian, I'm sorry you're not a part of the sister ship. So
of the traveling headband.
I have Sozin's Comet Part 4 as number 2.
That's fine. I can see that being part 2. Brian, what do you have?
Being part 2?
Yes.
For
or
number
excuse me,
two?
number 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 2.
My number 3 was Sokka's Master. Nobody cares, though.
No, please, by all means, let's go back to that thought.
Yes, gush about
Sokka's Master.
Gush about it.
We all know how I feel about Sokka's Master. It's
No,
really good.
you've not said enough.
He
don't
gets a
know.
freaking
No, it's fine.
space sword, and it's awesome. It's so cool, that
Are we-
space sword.
Are we on number 2?
Yes.
No, we're on number 3. I want you to finish your statement.
No, that's it. Sokka's Master. We all know. That's it. You guys are mean to me. And
Oh gosh.
I do like Pian Dao's like butler or assistant or whatever in the episode too. I think he adds a fun like quirkiness to it.
Yes. I'll take a slice of lemon in mine.
Yeah, he's like,
He's looking at the rock garden like, ah!
yeah, like okay, all right, this is not what this is supposed to look like. I like seeing more of, like, I guess the countryside of, maybe not countryside. I don't know what you would call it, of the Fire Nation.
Countryside.
Was it the countryside? Yeah. All right, Brian. Was that was your number 3, correct?
yes.
Okay, so what's number 2 for you?
Into number 2 is Into the Inferno.
That's what I put. Oh my gosh. We're so
that's
together.
part 3, right?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
What
See, I know what
a
I'm talking
scary episode. That is a terrifying episode.
It's my number 1.
Yes, it is. It is so terrifying. And I was actually going back and forth between part 3 and 4 being number one.
Yeah.
Because they're just so... The stakes are so high in part 3. It's scary. Aang, the cliffhanger you're left on... Not really a cliffhanger, but the episode ends with Aang being in a rock ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like a wonder ball. And this...
like a piece of hard candy.
Yes, and...
A Kinder Egg.
Yeah,
Ozai, Ozai is like, get out here and die! You know?
Oh, man. Mark Hamill at his finest, y'all. Oh,
Yes.
If you did not know that when you were, like, watching this as a kid or something, and then you become an adult and you're like, that voice is really familiar. And then you learn that it's Mark Hamill for the first time, you're like, what? It's
Wesley
so
just learned
good.
that. Wesley learned that the other day. He's like, what?
So good. I love that he gave his voice to
Luke
that role.
Skywalker?
He was more like Skeletor. What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, yeah, the way he says die is very Hamill.
Yes. Oh, and then they're Azula is fighting Zuko
And Katara
right
takes
now.
over.
Not yet.
She takes over in part 4. Yeah.
Yes. And then Suki, Toph, and Sokka are on the airships trying to get them taken out.
I love that. That's just why it's number 1. I'm sorry. It's got to be number 1.
That's why I put it
Attention,
up so
crew.
high, 'cause
This
it's
is
really
your
good.
captain
You guys-
speaking. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Please report to the Bombay area for tea and hotcakes.
Hotcakes.
We have a very special birthday to celebrate. I can't believe that worked.
It's so good. I love that episode for all the action and the comedy in it. All of it. Everything. So good. But I have part 4 as number 2. So then everybody's number 1.
It's part 4, Avatar Yang. Brian didn't put that. What is your number 1?
Put the Avatar and the Fire Lord.
Brian put the Painted Lady, I thought. What are you
Because-
sighing about, Katie?
Brian put the Avatar and the Fire Lord as...
I don't
Yeah, because-
blame him at all.
Because it's biblical. It's biblical.
I don't blame him at all for that. Katie, I think you seriously need to have
It's
a
the
reconciliation
story-
with that
it's
episode.
the story of Satan falling down from heaven, the star that fell from the sky that took a third of the other stars with it. It's what it is.
You
And
need to
it's done so
rewatch that
well.
episode again, Katie, because that one really actually is so phenomenal.
It's
It's
a
like
good
John-
listen, it's a
It's
good
John on
episode.
the
I'm not
island
saying that.
getting a vision from God himself. Aang getting a vision from Roku about why everything is the way it is.
And I feel like now, looking at it, I need to switch the Awakening and the Avatar and the Fire Lord. Switch those two.
See, I would do that.
See?
Yeah,
See?
sure.
Done it. Win.
Because the Avatar and the Fire Lord is seriously such a good episode. Looking at all the flashbacks, looking at literally the beginning of the war. We've been talking about the war since Gran was a little girl. And now we get to see how it began. And it was over something so... Like, they were best friends. Like, you wouldn't have expected that. You would have been like, oh, yeah, they were mortal enemies. Of course. Like, this had happened. You know, you've got the Avatar who can do everything. And then the Fire Nation who wants to rule the world. And you would have thought, oh, it's always like that because fire is evil. And it's like, no, they were best friends. They were... So, just to see the beginning. It's truly the beginning.
I'm so glad for you guys that you love it that much. So much that you would just kick the actual ending, the perfect ending to this show.
Who kicked it?
Brian is kicking it.
Is
Brian,
it the perfect ending, though?
It is the perfect ending.
No, it's not. It's not. They messed
If you
up.
mention,
You know
if
they
you
did.
mention,
You know they did.
If you mention Zuko's mom, there was a whole thing they were supposed to do, and then Nickelodeon interfered. It is not their
So
fault.
it's not perfect. It's not perfect then.
That
It
is
still
a
is.
really
That little
good point.
that tiny little bit, no, that's not going to destroy this episode.
What's the creator's excuse for that? Why did Nickelodeon intervene?
Because Nickelodeon sucks.
Why
they were gonna have this whole other thing. They were going to launch into like a whole
Book
when they're
4?
older. They were going to build upon that story, but in a different series.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, no, we're gonna try to do something with an older demographic. That's where Korra came in.
Yeah.
And so they still wanted to tell the story, so it became.
They shouldn't have even mentioned Zuko's mom, because that.
Why
is
not?
like,
Why not? Because that keeps. They were intending on something happening. It would have kept the audience engaged.
It's the weakest way to show Zuko at the very end. Where's my mother?
Here's my problem with it then, and it's not even so much about the mother thing. I do have a problem with it, but it's not the reason that I put the episode lower than what it is, because I think the episode's great.
Right.
It's just that at the end, they go back to Ba Sing Se. Why Ba Sing Se? Why do they all
they
go
had
back
to
there?
They had
It's
to
a
put the
culture
king
hunt.
back.
The king. We don't even see the king.
The king left.
But that's also
Yeah,
where
he
Iroh
bounced.
was. That's where Iroh
there.
was.
They were rebuilding the city.
I mean, but we don't even see Bosco or the king.
The king left. The king went somewhere
No,
else.
he eventually
But you just
does
said
come
you
back.
Put the king back.
Oh.
You in the comics, he is back. He is there.
Yeah, I know, but they don't even.
So there's a lot
I
of
don't know.
loose ends that maybe don't make as much sense, and the comic is there to clean up the loose ends and whatever.
They miss out on the spiritual part of it as much, I think.
Another
That's kind of a part of it.
Another
For me.
weird one for me always watching that episode was Aang is so quiet at the very end. It's like he doesn't
He's just at peace with himself.
I know,
he
but
was just in this gigantic battle. Just let him be at peace.
I know, but it's so quiet.
It's a good quiet.
But Aang has always not been like that. Aang has always been this silly boy.
He's not a silly boy anymore. He's not. He grew up.
Takes
He
a lot
had
of his
to.
character
I don't know.
away.
I don't think so.
I love the episode. I'm not. The reason I have
Okay.
it lower is just because I like the other ones more. That's kind of what it just comes down to.
That's exactly what this list is for.
To air out our grievances.
We may have trashed a lot of our opinions. Both Brian, you were not the only one who was picked on. We were all picked on.
I mean, think about it this way. Like, you have Into the Inferno as their second to last favorite episode. Then you have that one. They're almost interchangeable. They're almost the same episode.
That's what I said.
Problems I had. That's one of the problems I had doing this season, is because you could almost put all of the whole Sozin's Comet as the top 4 episodes. 'Cause
Right.
It's the end of the story. They're
Same
all
with
really
like The
good.
Boiling Rock or The Day of Black Sun. Those are all like very,
Yeah.
very high hitting episodes. But I mean, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
We concluded it. We finished it. And now we get to await Avatar on Netflix. Now, I guess that's like maybe 2 more episodes of Bump That until the show comes out. And then we're going to be watching the episodes one by one and reviewing them. Okay? So you're not going to want to miss any of this. You're going to want to be there for every Bump That episode. I know they're long, but you're going to want to be here for it. Okay?
We'll even be filming on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, maybe
When
me.
most people are getting their hanky-panky on, we will be here recording.
Okay, all right. I might be a little bit inebriated because I've got...
Woo!
Is that the right word? No, incapacitated.
No.
Oh.
Incapacitated.
Oh, man.
I'll be a little
Poor
bit...
choice of words there, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be a little bit incapacitated because...
Teacher of the year right here.
Hush! Hush! I used the wrong word. Because I have a dentist appointment that day.
Teasing.
But whatever.
Dang.
Yeah, so... Inebriated. Woo!
Drink it.
Woo!
And you were teasing me about or getting on to me about.
And I said Brian needs to put down the tequila. Woo! That will conclude
It's a school night.
this week's episode of Bump That. We've got Brian in this corner. We've got KT in this corner. Oh my gosh. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye-bye.